I waited my whole life to do that. I ain't
Trick Dudley!
Oh, my brother! Oh, testify!
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us!
Hey, it's the Red Carpet Ring here. Turnbuckle King here. We're talking about WWE NXT Takes Extreme with throwback cold open for ECW Arena episode. We're talking about when WWE NXT takes a shocking trip back to the ECW Extreme Era. You guys get the license. We come into the ring. We are going to talk about the most recent episode of WWE NXT. That was November 6th. We'll go over the whole show and the event and go over what did I review of this whole show and also what went wrong with NXT. So we will definitely go over that, what went wrong. Then we'll also go over later on will be a bonus round. And the bonus round will be NXT versus AEW as they went head to head. They went head to head for this past NXT episode because it was election day on Tuesday. If you guys want to miss out on that, we're here on live on Facebook and X as well. So let's do that. Definitely gonna be something to talk about it. Definitely. But let's get more into that. And let's talk about it. And also, before we do go further, let's go over do I always ask you guys do here. And it's very simple task.
Not real.
Trust me.
But that doesn't do anything, man.
All right, guys. So this is the match card for NXT. Let's go over that. Let's look over this match card real quick. And the match card here, we do have a hardcore match to kick off NXT would be Jada and Lola. Jada, Parker, Lola Vice. We got Wesley versus Javon Evans, 10-woman tag in the main event. We have a tag team match of a mix of old school Bubba Ray Dudley, ECW Original, and currently today's NXT champion Trick Williams versus Ethan Page, All Ego, and Ridge Holland. We also have Ava making a special announcement, which I will also talk about as well. And then we have Tony D defending the North American Championship. So we have quite a stacked event here. Brilliant Gilbert, we in here. That's right. Let's get into it, guys. The first match on the card, we had the first ever WWE NXT hardcore match. They definitely built this match as the first ever on NXT history. Lola Vice, Jada Parker, they had a hardcore match. Dawn Marie, ECW Original, she was special guest referee. This match here, it started from Jada Parker and Lola. They were supposedly had a common enemy and fatal influence, but they tried to tag on top of October 1st. And Jada Parker walked out on Lola. They've been going back and forth for weeks. Then this match was announced. This here was some okay moments here. Now I know Lola Vice she did the Three Amigos. That was one part of the match. She did pay homage to Eddie Guerrero. Also, Jada Parker did a teardrop off a ladder onto Lola Vice. It broke the ladder underneath her. I'm sorry. Also, Jada Parker broke a steel chair on Lola Vice's back and it sent Lola Vice into a ladder with a hip attack for a near fall. And Lola Vice, she tried tapping out Jada. When she tried tapping around, she got hit with a brick in this particular part. Salute to NXT having the best women's roster in pro wrestling. Most definitely. Give it a yeet for that one. It's definitely a yeet.
Yeet.
So yes, these two was going at it. Jada Parker had a near fall. Lola Vice had a near fall. But turning point of the match was, like I said, we see right there. While Lola was trying to tap Jada out, Jada grabbed the brick and hit Lola in the face. And while Jada was getting ready for a move, Lola was just sitting there, dazed, hit with the hip attack. Next thing you know, we have a winner, and that winner is Jada Parker. Jada Parker wins the NXT Women's Hardcore match, the first ever hardcore match in NXT history. So the win went to Jada. I don't know what the next feud going to be with Jada. Lola Vice has lost. I thought Lola would have won, but I guess it makes sense to give it to Jada. So we'll see what next happens. I don't know if Jada's going to compete for the Women's NXT North American Championship held by Fallon Henley of the Fatal Influence that still has issue with. She could challenge for that after Kalani challenged her. Lola Vice, I don't know what they're going to do for her from here. Like I said, Lola Vice has not been, Jada Parker too, they have not been since they both faced Roxanne for the Women's NXT title. Jada Parker starting to get some steam back. Lola hope she gets a real good feud. But I'm not going to lie to you, I liked Lola Vice better as a heel. So we'll see what happens. But she was definitely better off as a heel, in my opinion. So I don't know what they're going to do next with that. But we'll see what else happens with as far as both of these characters go. So we'll see. That was the first match on the card. Next match on the card, we had Javon Evans versus Wesley. This match was very, very good. Javon is getting better and better. Wesley and Javon have very similar styles, very similar high-flying styles. They can do great moves. But I will say that they was good at countering each other's stuff. I will say too that they really sold the story good. And I like how Javon Evans takes risk and he does not hold anything back. You see that when he tries to cut it off the top rope, he connects multiple times. So salute to Javon on that. Turn point came to match. Wesley attacked RVD backstage before this match. He attacked him. The RVD came out. And he didn't really do nothing. He distracted Wesley. He didn't put no hands on him. And they allowed Javon Evans to take advantage of the distraction. And when he did do that, he was able to get a win over Wesley. So yes, Javon Evans defeats Wesley. Now, we'll see what else happens for Javon Evans. Like I said before, I believe he will have he's going to enter a rivalry with Cedric Alexander. He was very upset last week that Javon Evans, which was stretched by Wesley, who he defeated on NXT, cost himself and Javon the NXT Tag Team Championships. So I know he's going to have a score to settle with him. Don't know what else is going to happen as far as Wesley. Wesley, best believe he's gonna try to get some. He's definitely gonna try to get some pushback on that. He's gonna try to find his way to get to NXT Championship gold. So we'll see what happens there. A very, very good match by these guys. Let's get on to the next match at the card. We had Trick Williams, the NXT champion, and Bubba Ray Dudley versus All Ego, Ethan Page, and Rich Holland. This match here was not my favorite match. Actually, this was an overhyped match. Not one of my most favorite matches. This was all about Bubba Ray Dudley, the ECW, being an ECW environment. And it was going against Ethan and Rich Holland. Long story short, Rich Holland pinned the NXT champion, Trick Williams. So this is going to set up a match between Trick and Ridge Holland for NXT title. And later on, Yvonne Dudley came out. They all got the tables, and they put Ethan Page through a table. But nothing much to talk about here. Ridge Holland and Ethan Page defeated Trick Williams and Bubba Ray Dudley in a tag team match. Next, we had here, it was an announcement made. Announcement made by Ava. An announcement was made that Deadline will be next month. It will be returning for the annual event, which normally holds the men's and women's Survivor Challenge, meaning there will be 5 participants in a match, 5 or 6, give or take. I can't remember. I know it's going to be 25 minutes. Whoever has the most pinfalls will be our Survivor. They will go on to challenge for the men's division, NXT Championship, women's division, the women's NXT Championship. And this event is definitely official. They have announced the deadline. It'll be in Minneapolis. I believe it's December 7th. So we have a month away. That'll be the last PLE for NXT for the year before 2025. So let's get ready for that. However, as the announcement being made, Robert Stone was dogging Philadelphia, saying New York has a better crowd. Trying to bring a lot of cheap heat to himself. Then we got a surprise appearance by ECW's legend and TNA legend, Rhino. Rhino came from the corner. He speared Robert Stone. And that was it for that. That was an announcement that was made. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised that they announced this, because Deadline's been every year for the past couple of years. I didn't see what was the big deal of doing that. I didn't get it. Maybe it's just me. I didn't get the whole thing about that. I didn't. They didn't show no sign that they was getting rid of Deadline. I thought they was going to make an announcement like maybe that it was going to bring the NXT Women's Tag Team titles back, or something else is going to happen. I mean, as far as that goes, of Deadline coming back, we knew Deadline was coming back. I didn't hear that they was going to get rid of it. We had it since 2022. So this will be the third Deadline altogether. So it's the third year of it. So I didn't get no implication they was going to, get rid of the event. But that's the announcement that was made. Deadline's back. So, well, let's get on to the other part of the show. And this part here will be Tony D'Angelo. He put his NXT North American title on line against Nunzio. Another match that I was not too fond of. Definitely not fond of this match. This was even contest. It was so obvious how this was going to go down. Yes, Tony D'Angelo defeated Nunzio. Was that a shocker, really? And I guess they need this as a filler match for the card, because they are at the old ECW 2300 Arena for the fans. But that's how that went. Nunzio, I mean, he has competed I don't know how long. Yeah, Nunzio was looking rough. Valdez, you're right. This really was no contest, guys. Really was nothing to talk about. I didn't see Nunzio getting any chance of defeating Tony D'Angelo for the North American title. Sorry, but not sorry. But let's move on to the main event. Main event here, we had a 10-woman tag as advertised. You had Stephanie, Walker, Julia, Jordan Grace, Zaria, Kalani versus Roxanne, Cora, and Fatal Influence. This was the best match of the night, actually. I like this match. A very good match. I actually like this match a lot. And I'll say it right now. Match of the night. I like the chemistry with all participants in the ring. I like how all these girls was able to get a chance. There was no spotlight being hogged. Every woman got a chance to showcase their talent, from Zaria to Jordan to Stephanie, Jordan, Grace, and of course Roxanne, Cora, and a little bit Fail influence. Very good chemistry. I know last Jakar Jackson came down there. They of course had beef with Julia and Stephanie Walker. Now they came down there and they were attacked later on. So there will be a feud between those two, Lash and Jakar versus Stephanie and Julia. Zaria, she did well, but the hottest tag was Jordan Grace, and she did her thing. And I like how Julia and Stephanie dived onto Lash and Jakara. At the end of the match, Julia was going for Roxanne as she attempted to pop rocks. She accidentally speared Jordan Grace. However, she rebounded from that. She was still able to get the pinfall. And she got the pinfall. And yes, Zaria and that team did win the match. Definitely good. But this was a very good match. I like this match a lot compared to other matches. It really highlighted Julia and Zaria and Jordan. I don't know if Jordan's going to be on NXT brands. I know her contract is up early next year. She's no longer the TNA Knockout Women's Champion. We'll see. I expect her on the Deadline PLE. She'll still do that in TNA. But I like how Kalani Jordan hit that moonsault outside of the ring. Very, very good. Then they showed Francine in the audience, ECW legend. But this was a very good one. Very, very good one. I like this a lot. Very, very good one. And Zari got the pinfall, and that was it. She hit Roxanne Perez with the F5 right after she accidentally speared Jordan by accident, inadvertently. But this was a good match, though. Definitely match of the night. About Zari, you said okay. Like, I won't lie. I love Zari, but the way she talks doesn't fit a character. Like, I thought it would just be silly, by the way. I don't know how she talks. I'm assuming it's a language barrier there, similar to Stephanie. If she can't talk, that's not going to cut it. Maybe she's going to need a manager similar to a Paul Heyman or MVP type to speak for her. Maybe that will work. But this was a very good match. Match of the night, like I said before. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, if Zari can't talk, that's a problem. She needs somebody to speak for her. But other than that, though, guys, that was the end of NXT. Let's talk about next week matches, guys. Now, next week matches, as announced here, we have Kalani Jordan. She's going to challenge the current NXT North American Women's Champion, Fallon Henley, who she lost the belt to at Halloween Havoc. She's going to get a one-on-one rematch. And we do have Adriana Rizzo from the family. She is going to have a match against Nikia Lyons because Nikia Lyons attacked her. And Adriana Rizzo attacked her last week. Of course, as I said earlier, Deadline, there will be a men's and women's Iron Survivor Challenge qualifying matches. So that will begin next week on NXT. Like I said before, Deadline is scheduled to be for next month. So you got to tune into that. Definitely tune into that, guys. Other than that, though, that's all of NXT. So we got a lot of stuff going on here. We do have Survivor Series coming up for the main roster November 30th. We do have TNA Turning Point, same weekend as Survivor Series. Then we have Deadline. Deadline will be December 7th. Now, I think TNA has another PLE. And I know AEW has Full Gear. That's debatable. I'm gonna watch that or not. Still debatable. I'm thinking about it. But that is the end of NXT. That's the end of that episode. But let me give what's my rating review on this NXT. I gotta be honest with you guys. 3.5 out of 5. This was an okay show. I'm gonna get into why this was an okay show. Some matches I really did like. Some of them I really did not like. But I will go over to in a second. And before we do, I will go over right now. We're going to enter what went wrong with NXT. And also, I'm going to go into current news after this. Then we'll get to the bonus round. But normally, I go over, despite the rating I give, I always go over what went wrong with NXT. And we're going to talk about it right now. That's the things I saw that was an issue about this show. But let's talk about it. What went wrong with NXT? Well, one thing about this current episode of NXT that went wrong, this NXT here, I felt like it was all about ECW nostalgia. This show was no more than a nostalgia act. Think about it. We had multiple ECW legends in this particular episode. We had Bubba Ray Dudley in a tag team match with Trick Williams. That's one. We also had RVD, another ECW legend. We had Don Marie in the opening match of the hardcore match. That's number 3. We had a cameo appearance by Francine. That's number 4. Number 5, we had Rhino when he speared Robert Stone. That's 5 different people that were in ECW back in the day that was in this particular episode. This episode wasn't even really about NXT so much because they were on the ECW Arena 2300 in Philadelphia. This episode was clearly about the nostalgia from ECW. I no disrespect to ECW. I know there's a lot of history in the Philadelphia area in that particular building, but this is NXT time now, and they focus so much on ECW. And I know it sucks, but I gotta put this on that list. It belongs to go on that list.
You just made the list!
So that's crazy. C-Town said, what time does it start, mate, please? NXT was normally Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, but it was on it's on a Tuesday normally. It was yesterday at Wednesday. But yeah, unless you're talking about deadline, if you're talking about deadline, that's December 7th. I don't know. I think the time normally 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Whatever, if you're talking about deadline or NXT. But yeah, this was clearly about ECW nostalgia. I didn't like that at all. Nothing I didn't like about this particular episode. The Trick Williams Bubba Ray Dudley tag team match. That match was overhyped. That match was trash. Bubba Ray Dudley, he clearly should be retired. He clearly can't really go. He can't move like he used to. He's up in age. I mean, either Paige or Rich Holland, they were just a very odd tag team, despite both being heels. And then it ended with Rich Holland pinning the NXT champion. This match was not that good. I didn't like this match at all. Match was very, very overhyped. Didn't get the feel for attack like it should have been. So definitely, I was not a fan of this particular thing. With that being said, it goes on only one list I know that it belongs to. So we know a list where it belongs when it comes to that.
You just made the list!
Yeah, I was not a fan of this particular match. Could have been a lot better. I say again, it's back to nostalgia for ECW. That's all this was about at the end of the day. All this was about. So I was not a fan of this at all. Could have been a lot better. So I didn't like that match. Isn't there matches on now or no? No, NXT is normally Tuesday. It was yesterday. It's not on right now. Only thing on right now is TNA Impact. And that's if you watch TNA Impact. AEW and the WWE is not on right now. Only TNA. This was yesterday. But yeah, this match is clearly overhyped. Now if they will go what went wrong with NXT, Jada Parker and Lola Vice match, it just needed much work. This match here, it was all about the nostalgia at the end. Dawn Marie, the referee, they didn't really do nothing. She was just there, had no impact, just stood there, didn't get no interaction with the girls, didn't really do nothing. So I didn't like this at all. Jada and Lola, they're good, but they still have more work to do. Lola Vice, I know it's one point in the match, she hit the three amigos, and then she went for a DDT she went for DDT on the steel chair after two suplexes. She even hit the full three amigos. It was a tease. Jada just moving kind of sluggish still. Definitely needs more conditioning. So that's another thing I saw. Another thing I'll mention too, speaking of Jada Parker, she needs to change that finisher. That finisher needs to get changed immediately. I don't know what's up with Jada in that finisher. I'm not feeling that finisher at all. And I know she went on social media. She said this a while back. She is tired of people talking about finisher, but something needs to change.
The streets saying you should change your finisher. Well, the streets are saying a lot, and I'm gonna keep doing what I gotta do. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, this is what I say. If y'all wanna sit here in front of me while I'm running like that and then get hit, you let me know if you gonna get up. Respectfully. Because y'all don't understand. She doing her own thing back there. Y'all don't understand. I hear that every day. You should do this. You should do that. Well, you should mind your damn business. How about that? Mind the business that pays you. Because it ain't me. Respectfully. Tim! Do you remember?
So Jada, she does not care what people say about her finisher. Now, should she keep her finisher? Because she's comfortable with it?
No.
I like Jada Parker. She's very good in the ring. I just don't like the finisher. It doesn't look, it's kind of sloppy when she does it. It don't look really effective. It just don't look as effective as it should. It seems like when she does the hip thing, it barely touches her opponent. I don't buy into it. But that's my opinion on that one. Another thing I saw went wrong with NXT. Where's Obai Femi? Where's he at? Now, ever since he lost the NXT North American title, he had one rematch Halloween Havoc. I guess they keep him on the sidelines. I don't know. But he's been very, very quiet. I don't know what the next story for him going to be. I don't know if he's going to be eventual challenger for the NXT Championship, challenge for Trick Williams NXT Championship, but only time will tell. Other than that, though, we don't like that either. So this and for Jada's finisher, we're going to do it twice. Both of these go on the famous list.
You just made the list! You just made the list!
So that's what I think of that. But other than that, though, that's all I have regarding what went wrong with NXT. So, but other than that, though, guys, let's give me a second. I'll get ready to go for current news, and then we'll get into bonus round. All right, let's go over current news. All right, current news is the WWE independent developmental prospects have been announced. There are 3 that have been announced as of right now. The new program that I talked about last week, how they're going to have independent wrestlers signed to WWE's program. Let's go over the first one. The first one is Zeta Steele. Now, she's the first one that was announced for WWE ID program. Zeta Steele, she is called The Real Deal. She debuted in 2022. Her finisher is the Unprettier. So she's the first the first female one, I should say, that was announced for the WWE ID program. So she's the first one announced. We'll see how this is going to work out. But I know she was announced earlier on today. She was scouted from Combat Zone Wrestling, known as CZW. Her hometown is Washington, D.C. So WWE ID has welcomed Zeta Steele to the program. Also know that CM Punk, he has announced that he welcomed her into the WWE ID program. He sent a message, welcoming her into the program. He reacted to it and he said, "Welcome to the program." So that's what he said, and I'm pretty sure others in WWE are welcoming her in as well. So WWE has definitely got their eye on the talent. They're not missing. They're not skipping a beat, not at all. They do have their eyes on there. So, like I said, she's one of the first prospects announced. If anything else happened with her, Def will be in there. But he did make this announcement too. She's the first one I heard today. She's in this program. She's going to start training. I know they have this and the WWE NIL program next in line with the college athletes of all sports from different colleges and universities around the world. But Zeta Steele will be the first one announced. That's all I know about her right now. Like I said, we will see her on her journey. As long as she stays healthy and everything else, she should be good to go. But let's go over the second prospect for WWE ID that's welcomed in by WWE ID. Now his name, I call him Drew McIntyre's little brother, Bryce Donovan. Bryce Donovan debut was in 2016. His finisher is called Damocles, and it's acronym for Death Valley Driver Elbow Drop. That's what Damocles mean. Now, he is scouted from Wrestling Open. His hometown is Long Beach, New York. So there's a picture of him there. He is welcome to WWE ID program. Looks he's a big dude. Like I said, like Drew McIntyre's little brother. Got the hair, got the look, everything. So he is the prospect for the program. That's one more. His name is Cappuccino Jones, or Cold Brew Cappuccino Jones. I don't know why he called himself that. I guess he's I don't know, he's coffee. He's a coffee guy. He moves like coffee. He's fast. He's quick. I don't know. Don't get his whole gimmick. We find out. Now, he debuted in 2022 as well. Finisher is Groggy Brew / the Decaffeinator. I never heard a wrestler who gimmick his name off coffee or cappuccino. That's interesting. He is scouted from This Is Wrestling. His hometown is Coffeeville, probably I think Kansas. I'm just tripping. Coffee. Salute, CeeLo. But yeah, this is a third prospect for the ID program. Like I said, we will see what else happens with him as well. But these are all the prospects that are named for the WWE ID program. As of right now, we got Zeta Steele, Bryce Donovan, Cappuccino Jones. Bryce Donovan, he's been a longer veteran. Zeta and Cappuccino only been wrestling for 2 years. Still relatively new wrestlers. So I'm pretty sure they're in good hands with WWE's program. Working with trainers and everybody that can guide them in the right direction to have a successful and long career with WWE. We would definitely see what else is going on with that, but that's all for WWE independent developmental prospects. These are the three here, and the three here, as you can see, is Zeta, Bryce, and Cappuccino. So good luck to these people and welcome to WWE. Now, with that being said, we are going to switch gears. We are going to go into the bonus round, and we'll talk about NXT versus AEW ratings. Let's get into that in a second. So let's get that going on. All right, guys. So give me a couple moments. We'll get this going. Let's see. All right, we are here at the bonus round, guys. We're here to talk about NXT versus AEW. These shows currently went head to head this past episode of November 6th, both on Wednesday night. Normal night for AEW. NXT move over to Wednesday night due to the election. But however, we got these two shows. Of course, we'll talk about NXT, and let's talk about that. Now let's go to viewership. NXT viewership. Let's read it. It says here, NXT beats AEW Dynamite in viewership and key demo rating, and special renewal of Wednesday night head-to-head battle. So let's talk about that. Says here, all right, let me read the rest of this here for you guys. I can't get this cleared off. All right. It says here NXT emanated. So I said that right. The former ECW Arena, now known as 2300 Arena, and featured nostalgic ECW content, including a reworked opening theme song using the ECW TV show music from the 1990s and guest appearances from a number of well-known ECW wrestlers from the original era, as I stated earlier. Let's continue on. That was enough to give NXT the edge over typical Dynamite episode. Now, AEW Dynamite averaged 523,000 viewers, down from the 628,000 prior week. The last 10 weeks, excluding when Dynamite aired on Tuesday night, last month is averaged 656,000 viewers. So they were 133,000 below that last night. NXT drew an average of 619,000, up from the 588,000 the prior week, but the below 702,000 the week before. It aired a day later than usual, but has special themes to help offset that. Prior 10 weeks averaged 687,000, so they're about 70,000 below that. In the key demographic, AEW Dynamite drew a 0.16 rating. The prior 10 weeks, excluding the Tuesday averaged 0.21. So yes, we have had AEW and NXT go head to head. NXT 619,000. AEW only 523,000. So this is definitely a big difference. But let's go, like I said, NXT highlights. I just mentioned it earlier. The highlights, these were the matches, but we saw a spear from Rhino to Robert Stone. He was one of ECW original that appeared. We had a great events there. So definitely some good moments there. You know, nostalgia act, can't go wrong with that when it comes down to it. So we did have some good moments here, however. I will say the best moments, in my opinion, for NXT last night, the best moments were for, we had a great match of Wes Lee versus Javon Evans. Great highlight there. Then great main event of the women's tag team match, 10 women's tag team match to close out NXT. But it definitely, like I will say, it's about NXT. It was an average show, 619,000. Well, it's not the best NXT episode, but it definitely, like they said in the article, it did enough to put them over the hump of last week and to defeat AEW viewership rating. Now let's get over to AEW. Let's get back to that. Now, their viewership, like I said, 523,000. This is the match card. Now you have here, let's look at this match card for AEW. Let's look over that of their highlights. Now you had Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin, a tag team match versus Claudio Castagnoli and Pac. They call him a weird nickname, but they had a tag team match. Not for us right there, trio champions. Adam Cole versus Malachi Black. Lawrence Tree versus the Conglomeration. Rights without honor trios match. Penelope Ford versus Jamie Hayter. And her syndicate, they opened up AEW Dynamite. Bobby, MVP, Shelton. And we had the main event tag team, AEW International Champion, Takeshita, whatever his name is. Cal Fletcher versus Ricochet Mystery Partner. His partner in becoming Powerhouse Hobbs. Christian, Cage, and Hook face to face. So these were the moments of the show. This was NXT. I'm sorry, AEW. I did the show. I will say it was not bad. It's definitely getting better. I'll give credit where credit's due to AEW. I'll give credit where credit's due. Nothing. They're trying. I've been getting on them for weeks. They're definitely trying to put out a better quality. But other than that, though, guys, it's still some things we have to see. What's going to make this better? Now, Dynamite, like I said, they had their moments. They definitely had their moments. They definitely did what they could do. I'm not taking anything away from AEW Dynamite. So, but however, they do have Full Gear coming up. Now, I do know that Bobby Lashley, when it came out, I know that Swerve Strickland came out and he was held off by guards and stuff like that. When he was held up by guards, they did tell him, however, he wanted to set up a match with Bobby Lashley, and he indeed did that. Now, when he saw that, Swerve was very upset because he was attacked last week by Bobby. Well, the Hurt Syndicate attacked him. The Hurt Syndicate attacked him, and Prince Nana. But Swerve Strickland came out, and he said Bobby Lashley full gear. So, and MVP accepted on Bobby's behalf. So we will have Bobby Lashley versus Swerve Strickland, as many of us predicted, including myself. That will be for Full Gear, and that is the 23rd of this month. So that's going to be going on. That was one part of the show. That actually kicked off the show, to be honest with you. That kicked off the show. Now, however, it will say, too, that Swerve, I don't know who's going to win this match particularly. I'm not sure about that. But I will say that hopefully it's not an overhyped match. Hopefully not. But we'll see what else has happened on with this whole feud here with AEW and with Swerve and Bobby. I just hope they put some proper build to this particular matchup. I really hope that's the case going on. I would hate for it if they don't do that correctly, because that would really stink. Because we've seen this plenty of times. They have a hype feud, but don't really do nothing. They really don't do anything, and it's definitely just not a good thing at all. Let's be honest, it's not a good thing. So hopefully it gets built right and get built properly. But we'll see what happens next as far as that goes. I'm not sure how they're going to build this. They have a few weeks to build. If they do some good storylines, let Swerve attack Bobby a couple times, then maybe it'll do something. So, I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what else happens next as far as that goes. We definitely got to see how they're going to move this one here. But we'll see how they're going to do this one. We definitely want to see how this is going to go. But other than that, though, that was the opener of AEW Dynamite. So we're going to see what the next move is going to be for the show. Let's go over another part that really was concerning, however. I know they're trying, but one thing that was very much concerning, everyone's talking about this particular match. And this match here that they're talking about is Adam Cole versus Malachi Black. They had a match. Adam Cole's supposed to be in a series of matches so he can challenge MJF for a one-on-one match. Now, he defeated last week. He defeated Malachi Black, House of Black stablemate, Buddy Matthews. And he fought Malachi Black this week. But it seemed like something was off in this match. Adam Cole, I don't see, he's not healthy. He's still limping around like he's still hurt. And that indeed is not a good thing at all. And it's starting to make me believe that Adam Cole cannot wrestle anymore in the ring. He maybe have to be forced to retire for good, because he did the same thing last week against Buddy Matthews. He wrestles for a little bit, then he gets outside. He tried to shake off his ankle. He looks upset. He did the same thing last week. This is not no storyline. I don't believe so. Like they said last week, they was trying to carry him off to the back. And they said that again. They mentioned it on this week's episode of Dynamite. And they even questioning could Adam Cole continue on the match. Needless to say, Adam Cole could barely hang on during this match. And Malachi Black, he was legit pissed off. And I know it's just like he got into the ring. I know Adam Cole is booked to face MJF, but you could tell they called an audible, meaning this match ended way sooner than it had to. This match was not that long, honestly, maybe 10, 15 minutes tops. And he just sat in there, maybe 12, 13, I don't know, give or take a few minutes. He just sat in there, let Adam Cole let him do his move on him. I forgot the name of that move. And that was it. Adam Cole pinned Malachi Black, defeated him. They hugged each other. Then Malachi Black turned around and looked. Now, there was many speculation that Malachi Black, he may or may not continue on, as a performer. I don't know what the whole thing is. I know his contract allegedly is supposed to be up very soon. I know that's been talked about, but I'm not sure how this is going to go. But I know they're saying that he may end up leaving AEW. They say he may end up retiring. They say his contract being up early next year, he may even leave AEW, go to WWE. Well, I'm sorry, return to WWE. Who knows? I'm not sure about that. But I know Malachi Black, he did look pissed off, and I think he was pissed because how the match story did not go as planned. I think they called an audible in the match sooner than expected because he clearly could see Adam Cole was not 100%. He was not at his best as he normally is. And I know they played off that Adam Cole could never defeat Malachi Black, dating back to the NXT days. This is clearly not a good look for Adam Cole. I believe Adam Cole's not going to be able to wrestle much longer. Do not be surprised this man has to go into retirement. That's all I'm going to say about that. But definitely it's not a very, very strange look for Adam Cole. It's not a good looking off for this man. It's not looking good. Tyler, salute to you. I think Malachi Black may go to WWE. It's very questionable if he is. Very questionable. I'm not sure how that's going to go. It's not looking good for him right now. Definitely not looking good for this man because I don't know what they're going to do with him. I know that he was upset how things was going on. So we gotta see how that's gonna work out with Adam Cole. But I know Malachi Black was I know he spoke about this, guys. He went and he was frustrated. I know normally he doesn't go on social media and mention his frustration or how he's feeling. He normally does not do that, at least to my knowledge. He decided to do it, however, earlier today. He talked about it. He was definitely not pleased of how you can tell he just irritated of everything, of all the rumors and everything, regarding if he's going to stay with AEW or not, whatever's going on with him. He's definitely not pleased about the result. You can tell the result. He was just not happy with it at all. He was very upset. However, he did go on and to speak of how he felt during this whole thing. He went on social media, he went on his account, and he talked about how frustrated he was of the rumors and how, he's just trying to be a regular person, stay to himself, mind his own business, but he definitely was upset of how these rumors came about. He talked about it actually.
Injuries and this and that. Well, neither of these things. I'm not injured, nor am I retiring, nor am I leaving. I feel this happens every match I have, and I don't understand how many times you're going to say these things and then not happening, and people still are going to, fall for that. I haven't been injured in more than 3 years, and I'm referring to my back injury, of course, and I only posted about that after it was already done, and if you would have read the post, you'd have seen that and not read what other people have written about it. I'm fine. I've been fine for the longest time. I would really appreciate it if that stuff stops, man. If I'm going to retire, you're going to hear from me, and not after Adam just cuts a promo, just as a thank you for the match, because that's all it was. So, thank you.
So there it is, Malachi Black. He spoke the frustration of the rumors of him being injured or leaving AEW or whatever the case may be. He said that he's fine. His health is fine. He said he's tired of the rumors. He said if he was to retire, he will let everyone know. It will come from him first. He said he has been injured over 3 years. I know he has been injured in a while. That's true. But I know he's tired of the BS. So, but this match was not good. This is one of the key points in the match. That was a problem. So definitely, this was a no good at all.
And no yeet.
No yeet. I did not like this match at all. Like I said, AEW is trying to get better with the storylines. They're trying to get better with it. However, that was a highlight. And of course, another highlight was the tag team match of, like I said, Ricochet. His mystery tag team partner was Powerhouse Hobbs, who has returned in over 6 months. They're going against the Don Callis family guys. But I like the moonsault that Ricochet did.
Powerhouse Hobbs, and what are they planning?
Oh my God.
That's Ricochet!
So yes, Ricochet did a good part there. I know AEW made an announcement too. It's similar to, remember the ECW December to Dismember? They have AEW, I don't know if you guys heard of this, November to Remember. Now these are upcoming events for the rest of this month of November. This is what they have. They have this Thursday will be AEW Collision. They have that. That will be in Providence. They have Dynamite in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Then they have Collision Thursday, November 14th, Albany. So their collisions are taped Thursday and air Saturday. So really the day after Dynamite. Then you have Dynamite November 20th in Reading. Yeah, these are very low venues. No one even has shows at these towns. Bridgeport, no one has shows over there. Providence, they don't have shows over there. Reading, Pennsylvania, they don't have shows over there. You have Full Gear, that'll be the 23rd. That will be in Newark, New Jersey. The Dynamite Collision will be November 27th in Chicago. So these is the rest of the events going on for AEW. But the highlights, like I said, you had the Hurt Syndicate Open. You had a match announced of Swerve versus Bobby, the whole Malachi Black and Adam Cole match. Then you had the main event, Ricochet, mystery tag team partner Powerhouse Hobbs against the Don Callis family guys, Tashida and Kyle Fletcher. Like I said, they're getting better, but overall, the quality shows were average. I think NXT was an average show, and I think AEW was an average show. I know these are the results here. Now, NXT did, like I said, still pulled in good ratings. Dynamite, 523, that's a big low. You were just at over 600,000 last week, so that's no good at all. You definitely should have higher numbers than that, because the show was a little bit better, but NXT, they had the ECW Arena, the ECW Nostalgia. That's just how it goes. But at least AEW's put in effort. Sometimes when you do put in a better show, the ratings may not show for it right away. But if they continue this whole method of trying to produce a storyline, trying to produce better quality matches, trying to produce better characters, I think they'll be fine. So I will give them credit where credit's due. They'll get a yeet.
Yeet.
So I'll give credit where credit's due. These guys are trying. Both shows are trying. NXT, like I said, I like NXT, but this was not my favorite episode of NXT. The matches, some of the matches were very lackluster. It was just the nostalgia feel of ECW. That's all this NXT episode was really all about. It wasn't really about the matches so what. It was about the people that were in the match, the cameos. That's all it's really what it came down to at the end of the day, whether people want to admit it or not. But I'm pretty sure NXT will bounce back next week, have a better quality show, get back to a normal show. But it was an average show at best. Now, they did have a good show, a good match of, like I said, you had Wesley, you did have that, and Javon Evans. Very good match. I love that match. You close out the show with a 10-woman tag team match of the night, I said, for NXT. But other matches, not so much. Not so much a great match. I did not like the hardcore match as a whole. Didn't like the Trick Williams and Bubba Ray Dudley match. No, that announcement was weak too. You had a weak announcement. You say you were bringing back Deadline. Like we seen Deadline was, I didn't know Deadline had left. We knew Deadline was going to come back. I mean, I thought that when Ava came out, she was going to announce it was a new, maybe the women's NXT Tag Team Championships were going to return to the NXT brand. I thought we was going to get something like that. I thought we was going to get, something different. Deadline for this year, it's not no big announcement. We had Deadline before. I didn't hear any rumors that Deadline was going to be removed from the WWE NXT PLE schedule. I didn't hear none of that, so that was really not a good thing. The announcement was whack. That tag team, a Trick and Bubba Ray Dudley, was whack. The hardcore match was not all that. Dawn Marie was just there, not all that. That North American Championship match of Tony D versus Nunzio, that was whack too. You only had 2 good matches on the card. It was very average. And then, of course, you had the whole now Rhino spearing Robert Stone was a good moment. I like that part. That was a good feel. I like Rhino. Rhino's one of the best guys, He's known for originally being an ECW, then WWE, then later on TNA. He just got inducted to TNA Hall of Fame. I thought that was a cool moment, but overall, this show was very average at best. It was not all that. And like I said, AEW's getting better. They just have to continue that momentum. Now, if you have an okay episode, then you fall back for the next few weeks is trash, then we got a problem. NXT is cooking last night. NXT was all right. AEW booking, Tony Khan booking too. Yeah, they need to get better, but they trying. I see the effort. Respect to both of them. Yeah, the shows were average. Both of these shows were average. I'm not going to say the NXT episode was completely trash. I'm not going to say the AEW Dynamite was completely trash. They both were average. But when it comes down to viewership, NXT won and AEW did it. That's the numbers right there. Numbers don't lie. They say men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And numbers don't lie. Well, other than that, though, it was a good show. I'm waiting this, like I said, NXT is now next week setting up for the Deadline Iron Survivor qualifying matches for men and women's. In AEW Dynamite, they have full gear. So the episodes should be getting better. The production should be getting better. The stories, the characters, everything. So I will be tuned in on both shows to see which is do best. And, of course, next week, NXT goes back to its normal Tuesday night slot on CW. And then Dynamite, of course, is Wednesday. So we'll be comparing these two again next week. It's just it's a special one this week because not only do I cover them on a regular basis, it actually did go head to head on the same exact night, which was Wednesday night, November 6th. But other than that, though, guys, I have nothing else more to say. This was definitely a different stream, a bonus stream. You did get originally, you got the NXT review, and this was about, of course, NXT taking a trip back to the ECW Extreme Era. Now, the bonus round, we talked about current news and everything. And then, of course, we went to here. You got 2 for 1 today, NXT versus AEW Dynamite, which I normally do a day after. So you got 2 in 1 today. Very good one. So that's all I have regarding that. You guys let me know what you think of NXT versus AEW Dynamite. What do you think of the NXT show? What do you think of AEW Dynamite show? If you watch both or only watch one, or you don't care for neither, you're indifferent, You guys let me know. But this is all I have regarding that subject. Soon to videos will pop up, guys. You guys click the links below. You guys already know what it is at this point. It is OU.
Like I say this a lot. We're not a sport. We're a movie about a sport, or a TV show about a sport, right? So the interest of all the other.
I feel like the heel turn did wonders for me. There was a sense of reality in that, to where I had hit a point, and the babyface stuff was going great. The Alpha Academy stuff was going great. We had a blast with that. But I'm a realist, and I'm also like a long-term thinker.